one's friends are curious about the way one works. What is your method, they want to know. Well, the disappointing truth is that I haven't much method. I type my own drafts on an ancient, faithful machine I've owned for years, and I find a dictaphone useful for short stories or for recasting an act of a play, not for the more complicated business of working out a novel. No, I think the real work is done in thinking out the development of your story and worrying about it until it comes right. That may take quite a while. Then when you've got all your materials together, as it were, all that remains is to try and find time to write the thing.
And as I say, she didn't...
Favourite room at Greenway has to be the library, what we call the library, because I suppose that was where after breakfast life began and people read papers, and there was a lovely deep chair in the corner where my grandmother used to sit and begin her reading for the day, which was voluminous. She read absolutely everything. And it has this wonderful frieze round the top of the ceiling, which was painted by the American Navy when they requisitioned the house during the Second World War. I don't know why I tell you that it's my favourite room, because I can remember when I was very young that some of the scenes on the frieze used to give me nightmares almost literally. There is a scene on one wall with bombers and obvious signs of war, and those really did make a deep impression on me. I suppose it was my first realization that everything in the world outside wasn't always as peaceful and as enjoyable as it was when I was down at Greenway. But that is the room that certainly left the deepest impression on me. Even now, I'm happy to say, after the National Trust has restored the house, it retains that effect on me every time I walk into it.
And I think the reason why